Welcome guys to this video. Through this series of videos, I will show you through this series of videos how PHP is to getting started with it, the basis of PHP, such as the theory. First off, we're going to look about the theory and the basis that you have to have to get started to program in a text editor aimed to the grain with no rounds, and learn how the syntax and PHP works to develop web apps, because this programming language is aimed to web development. So I will explain you some about the theory, such as the basis for getting started with it. And in another videos, we're going to look about the practical way, and how to get started with the folders, files, and set up our environment to get to start our web development from the server side or backend side to develop our apps. So let's get the start to this video. And as I repeat you, feel comfortable through this series of videos, and let's get started with it. Okay. So we have this tutorial we'll cover in this short series of videos. I want to highlight this term or this part. I will be making 4 videos firstly, and then after this 4 series of videos, I will be introducing yourself to the practical in a practical way of PHP. For example, getting started with programming and applying the basis that I will show you through these 4 series of videos. So the index of the first of this video, we will be covering the point 1 of the question of what is PHP. We all know, and if you might have noticed, that this can be so basically to the ones that already know the terms or the basis in a theoretical way of PHP. If you want to skip it, you can skip it, and I implore you to check out my other videos on the channel that I will be covering about this topic. And I would be honored to figure out your problems and help you in a humble way of the knowledge that I've got. So the 3 points left that have to be covered, I will be letting them to covering them in another videos. So we will be covering the first topic, what is PHP, in this video. So we'll be covering the definitions of how does it work. It does work, explain a little about of how it is in the market of web applications nowadays, and I will be showing you the scheme of what is the functionality of PHP as are interpreting from our computers, and how's the paper that takes the local server to get executed our PHP files in the browser. So passing to the another layer, we have what is PHP. The definition of what is PHP, I have a quotation right here that I have taken it out from the the source page of php.net, the official page, and it describes PHP as a widely used open source general purpose scripting language that is especially suited for web development and can be embedded into HTML. As I show you the quotation, scripting language refers to instructions, and instructions means that you are ordering to the server what to do with some data. So you have to take in note that this fundamental term, scripting language, means that you are giving instructions to the server of what to do with the data. And it will be most importantly when you are using databases that in next videos, I will show you how to introduce databases and its usage to the backend side using this programming language that is PHP. So I have an example to you of the very basic syntax hidden, I could say, of what it means. PHP means, if you have the Dovt, it means personal homepage, but this is about a little bit of history. If you don't like it, you are on my team. But very little description of what PHP means is personal homepage. But then the community changed the name to hypertext processor. So that is the change, and the initials of what PHP does. This is the meaning: personal homepage. And we have some key words such as server-side, backend, databases, dynamic websites, and data manipulation. That this is the most common features, or how PHP is detected and featured by the community of PHP. So I want to motivate you to learn PHP programming language. I want to implore you to learn it, because it is so ridiculously important to the community. And as you can see, some enterprises have used it as an example of their beginnings. For example, I can example to you the Facebook application that, as you may know, about bit about of how Facebook started. It means that when Zuckerberg tried to develop this app, he introduced the PHP programming language because of its versatility and availability of data manipulation, because this is so used in the community to develop in the first-hand web applications. Another examples that we have is Yahoo, Wikipedia, and WordPress. And let's pass to the language features that PHP has. So the feature number one, I want to be I don't want to be with rounds. I want to go to the grain, objectively to the grain. So PHP is just a backend, another programming language from the backend side. This means that this is the life, we can say, to the website that you give to the website. And as you may know, there are some differentiations between front end and back end. If you don't know, I implore you to check out my videos that I will be doing what's the differences between backend and front end development in web development. Doesn't matter the roundings right here. So this is a backend programming language, and you might have questioning about how does PHP is getting interpreted and or compiled by our computers if it is aimed to backend side of web development. Well, this is explained because until you download and installed the local server. The local server and the package of PHP comes with the send engine. This send engine is the PHP interpreter. So this is the fundamental part to you to compile and execute your PHP programs and get it executed in the browser. So without this, you won't be able to make PHP applications. So in the next videos, I will be showing you how to download it in just one package. All of these components you got to have on your computer installed. So the feature number 3 is the data that PHP has database connection availability. As I told you, or as I mentioned it to you, the PHP is working from the server side on web applications, and it means that can connect to database through a specific number of ports. So when we by the time we are seeing these features and applying this theoretical way in a practical way, you will find yourself more clearly about this topic, because it comes in play the port numbers when connecting databases with PHP. So taking account this feature of PHP. We have the last feature, that is object-oriented programming language. So this means that as some other backend programming languages, if you know about Java, you will be understanding me of what I am referring at. So working with object-oriented paradigm in this programming language makes the way easier to develop our apps, and we will be getting into that topic when we will have covered all of these topics, such as connecting to databases, and when we understand the very basic syntax of PHP. So you have to be wondering what object-oriented programming paradigm is. If you don't know, you can Google it, or I will make a video to explain you about this paradigm as I mentioned it after we cover all of these topics. And the last point, how does PHP work? So basically, as I mentioned right there, basically the schema of how PHP is getting executed once you have all the package installed on your computer. Firstly, you will be making an HTTP request to the server, and then the server will be detecting if it is a PHP script, if the decision is it's right, so it marks that is true. And then the returned data will be converted to HTML. So that's the fundamental part, and the very, very fundamental characteristic about the functionality and what's the innovation that surged in 1977 on those years. That was the innovation, because PHP was returning HTML results from the server side. So this is the magic of PHP, in fact. And then if it returns no, or if it's false, so then just returns another HTML file and displays it to the client or the front end side, to the view of the user. And we have another schema when we are working with databases, mail server, or file system. All that we have to make or take in account to get all of these tasks. We have to take in account the web server, and the web server, obviously, remember that web server will include the PHP interpreter, and if we have those components, we are already done. Because if we have those components, we have communication with other resources such as database, mail server, or file system. And this is all for this video. Please subscribe and like this video if it was of your likes, and if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe, or click the red button that says subscribe. Please take into account my another videos that I will be doing about PHP, and I see you in the next time. Thanks.